some of the greatest crimes against this nation? Would you really want to know? These are big questions, but these questions deserve answers. It's time to demand the truth.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of people.
9/11 was an inside job. Kennedy was killed by the CIA. Jimmy Carter saw a UFO. Answers to secrets you need to know. So wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. The evidence is overwhelming. Step past your fear, take a look. Illuminati lies keep growing. What they're losing from your eyes. And wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. What would our founding fathers say if they were alive today? Must be turning in their graves. Redcoats are coming, big brother's watching. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. One if by land and two if by sea, and I on the opposite shore will be ready to ride and spread the alarm through every Middlesex village and farm. Whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it. When a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Patriots arise. It's time to demand the truth.
This is the UFO News with Joshua Poet.
All right, Dirk, thank you very much. This is the UFO News for today. Our first story comes to us from Australia. Catherine Times. It says, UFO spotted over northern Australia. They're out there and they're back in the territory. Top-end UFO spotters went through a long UFO dry spell, but after the recent sightings of several strange phenomena in territory skies, there is no doubt the guys from upstairs are back in our nick of the world. Australia's most popular ufologist, Alan Ferguson, said he was on his Acacia Hills veranda with a friend from Catherine when several bizarre lights caught their eyes. I was looking up in one direction, said Brian, and he was looking up in the other when suddenly I heard him say, "That's bizarre." Brian said he had seen a bright white object drop out of the sky. It just dropped. It wasn't going any across or anything. It just fell from the sky like a shooting star. But there was no tail and it wasn't going across the sky. It fell out and it suddenly disappeared. Mr. Ferguson said that although Catherine Mann only wants to be known as Brian, has seen a strange object before, he could not believe his eyes. He just couldn't believe it, he said. He couldn't believe it. He said during the 2-hour UFO spotting session on Monday night, he also saw little orange and red things go across the sky. Some flashed, some stayed in the same position. Next story here comes to us from the Examiner. Pulsating UFO captured on video. Wednesday night, skies over British Columbia played host to a pulsating UFO was captured on video during sky-watching activities from Burnby Mountain Park on July 27, 2011. The UFO was detected by a night vision camera and tracked for nearly 5 minutes as it traveled southeast to northwest before disappearing behind a stand of trees. During this period, the UFO was first being seen overtaken by a second, faster-moving object before amplifying its luminous output in what veteran skywatchers describe as a power-up incident. While in flight, the UFO performed multiple power-ups, inviting comparison with another object recorded 4 nights earlier near Vancouver City Hall. Both UFOs are featured in a new video available on Tuesdays on YouTube's Secret Message TV channel. Our next story comes to us from the Times Wire service. UFO sightings. UFO seen live on TV in Texas. A UFO was filmed unintentionally while a live program was in progress in Texas on Breakfast TV. Unknown flying objects or UFOs are being increasingly sighted in different parts of the world and even being filmed by bloggers and watchers, but so far there is no conclusive evidence as to where they come from. Some months ago, several UFOs, including a purported mothership of the UFO, were seen over London near the BBC office, and many people, not just to UFOs, but also videotaped it on their mobile phones. At least 2 videos were uploaded by YouTube by 2 different people who saw the UFOs hovering over London sky before disappearing. Now the Texas incident has further brought them to our living room. Many people who were watching an early morning program on Breakfast TV were amazed to see a flying object hovering above the sky near a place called Fort Wood. It was very clear in the morning. Early in the morning, nonetheless, many saw it on their television sets. People were amazed, and many tried to slow it down and able to see a UFO type of thing disappear in the sky with frightening speed. Here we have a sighting that took place in San Antonio, Texas. Just want you to take a look at what we got up here. We got the white light. And the section here, you can see it pretty close to get a better object. San Antonio, it says on July 28, 2 glowing UFO orbs are captured on a video over San Antonio, Texas. First sighting occurred as I was skywatching facing southwest. Clear day, no clouds in sight. Okay, San Antonio, Texas. Moving along here, we have a fireball over Moscow.
She's on the dark side.
And our last bit of information here is an interview with George Filer, U.S. Air Force retired. I want you to hear part of this.
Retired Major George Filer, U.S. Air Force, Disclosure Project witness, and host of Filer's Files. Welcome and thank you very much for this interview.
Well, thanks for having me.
First of all, I'd like to start off by hearing a little bit about your background, military background, and your professional background.
Right. Well, I spent 20 years in the Air Force as an intelligence officer and flyer with some 5,000 hours, and well, I went to Bradley University to get my undergraduate degree, and then went on to Central Michigan University for a business administration master's degree. Then we have the problem of is being visited by aliens who I think that are worried about us destroying it, so to speak, through nuclear warfare, through not caring for the environment, our various tribal wars, so to speak. We have to grow up spiritually and physically in many ways, you know, to make a better world.
How have you used your military status and security clearances to extract this information about UFOs?
Well, how I found out, you might say, in the military about UFOs is I was flying tankers over England, and we had a tanker up each night to put the fighters to bed, as we called it, because the fog would roll into England and the fighters couldn't land. They had to go on to Spain or Germany when they needed refueling, so they used the tankers to the gas station in the air, so to speak. Well, London Control realized that we were up there each night and already airborne and so on with plenty of fuel, and they started calling us to intercept the UFOs. But in any case, had the radar on, and we got the object on radar. And what was interesting is that it was a huge radar return, and it was almost exactly the same radar return as the Firth of Forth Bridge in Scotland, which is one of the longest bridges in the world, about a mile long. And this object essentially matched that radar return, which would be a good indication of its actual size. And then as we got closer, we could see lights off in the distance, kind of like a cruise ship, you know, with multiple lights on it at sea, of course, but this is in the air. And then when we got about a mile away from it, it went off into space.
All right, we're going to leave you right there. I'm going to leave you right there, and we're going to continue on some other things. That's our UFO news report for today. I'll be back.